Hi everyone, I'm Maria Deligiannis. Today we're going to do a sequence focusing on hamstring and lower back releases. So let's get started. If you have some blocks, they're great to grab them now, and we will be using a strap today. If you don't have a strap at home, go ahead and grab a scarf, a belt, or a long towel will work as well. We're going to start laying down on our back today in Supta Baddha Konasana, reclined bound angle pose. So soles of the feet together, knees out wide. And bring your hands down to your sides, palms are facing up. Take a moment here just to settle into your space, to settle into your mat. Letting go of judgment, letting go of your ego, letting go of your expectations for this practice today. Slowly start to deepen your breath, inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the nose or the mouth. And with each inhalation, start to fill your lungs up a little bit more. With each exhalation, start to let go, relaxing the jaw, the shoulders, relaxing and softening the skin. As you inhale, start to breathe a little bit more into the back of your body. So typically, we just breathe into the front of our body and we think about our body being one-dimensional, but in reality, our body is three-dimensional. We have the front, the sides, and the back. So I'd like you to focus here on breathing a little bit more into your back body. Maybe imagine that you're breathing some fresh air and energy into your lower back and sacrum, opening that area and expanding it. Imagine that you were blowing air into a balloon and your back is that balloon. So you're inhaling lots of air and space into your lower back and you're exhaling out any tension or resistance that you're holding on to there. On your next inhalation, reach your arms and your legs long. Let's point the toes and reach the arms overhead here. So we're getting a little extension here through the spine. Take a full breath, inhale, exhale, flex your feet, bring your hands down to your sides. Inhale, point your toes, reach your arms overhead. You'll feel your rib cage expand. Exhale, flex the feet, hands to your side. You'll feel the rib cage come back together. Two more. Inhale, full breath. On your exhale, flex your feet, soften through your shoulders. Last one here, full breath. Inhale. On your exhale, hug your thighs deep in towards your chest. Just take a moment here to do whatever feels good. So remember, this is your body, your practice. I'm here to guide you through it. If something feels good, go ahead and take a different variation if you need to. So I'm circling my knees here in opposite directions. You could do that, or you could just hug your thighs deep in towards your chest and just rock a little bit left to right, side to side. Again, just loosening up the lower back. Please place the left foot on the floor. Interlace your hands over your right knee or shin. Take a full breath. Inhale through your nose. And as you exhale, hug your right knee towards your right shoulder. We're going to inhale, press the knee or shin into the hands. Exhale, hug your thigh deep in towards your chest. Let's do that 3 more times. Inhale, pressing shin or knee into the hands. Exhale, hug it in. So we're only doing 5 sets here, 1 more after this one, but this is a very subtle, gentle way to release any lower back stress or pain. Hug this next one in and hold it in, softening through your shoulders. And from here, we're going to move the right knee from left to right, side to side. So now we're really getting into that hip and thigh area. So again, there's no right or wrong here. We're just moving it left to right. If you want to continue moving it forward and back, that's okay too. Next one, hug and hold your thigh in towards your chest. Grab your strap or the prop that you have and bring it around the outside sole of your right foot, reaching your right leg towards the ceiling for a nice hamstring stretch. Take a full breath. Inhale through your nose, and as you exhale, use the strength of your arms to deepen that stretch in your hamstring. We're going to stay here about 5 deep breaths. So one breath is a complete cycle of an inhalation and an exhalation. Imagine your breath is like a warm pool of water, and it's washing out the hamstring. It's releasing tightness, tension, resistance. So the more we also open our hamstrings, the more our lower back will release. Take another full breath. Inhale. As you exhale, maybe use the strength of your arms. Draw that thigh in towards your chest. If you want to deepen this, press through your right heel. From here, we're going to take the strap into the left hand. Place your right hand to your side. Take the right leg about 3 inches over towards your left. So I still have my left knee bent here. You can use that as kind of a guide, just taking it across the body. You can flex the foot, press through the heel so you'll feel this deep outer hip glute thigh stretch. I want you to breathe into it. Continue to soften and ground through your shoulders, opening your chest. On your next inhalation, we're going to very slowly bring that leg through center. We're going to move into half happy baby. So I'm going to take the strap off, grab the outside sole of the foot with the right hand, and press your knee towards your armpit. This is a great way to release the lower back. Hold here. You can rock a little left to right, side to side if that feels nice, or just hold neutral. So I encourage you to do here what feels good, right? So different days, different things will feel good in our body. Take another full breath. Inhale. Use your arm on your exhale. Really deepen that opening through your hips. And now we're going to take the right ankle and place it on top of the left thigh just behind the knee. You're going to press your right knee down towards the floor, and you're fully flexing your right foot. So you're going to inhale, you're going to exhale, press that knee down. Hold there. Now we're going to take this figure 4 stretch. So you're going to lift your left foot off of the floor, and you're going to interlace your hands behind your left hamstring. Inhale, and as you exhale, draw your left thigh to your chest, and if you can, press your right elbow into your right inner thigh. Look at your right foot, so you should see no little creases or wrinkles there. So flex the foot, so this is going to help to protect your ankle, your knee, your hip, your lower back. So you can stay here and breathe into this deep stretch, or you can continue to use a little bit of effort here, drawing the thigh to the chest. Stay here, or level 2 or 3 option to wrap your forearms around your right shin. Extend your left leg, hovering it off of the floor. The last option would be to lift the head and shoulders. So we're kind of in a half boat pigeon pose here. Inhale, exhale, pull that thigh down towards the chest. Breathe and enjoy. One full breath. Inhale. As you exhale, release and hug your thighs deep in towards your chest, rocking it left to right, side to side. Let's get that entire sequence to the opposite side. So we're going to place the right foot on the floor and hug your left knee all the way in towards your left shoulder. Here we go. Inhale, press the shin into the hands. Exhale, soften shoulders. Hug the thigh towards the chest. 4 more. Inhale, exhale. So breath synchronized movement. If you really push your shin or your knee into your hands, you'll also find a nice stretch in your upper back and shoulders. Inhale, moving the thigh away, and exhale. Remember, if you'd like here, it's a great time to press pause and maybe do a set of 20 on each side. That will really release your lower back. Last one here. Exhale, hug and hold. You can continue to move the knee forward and back, or now let's move it left to right, side to side, just opening up the hip a little bit here. Last one. And then hold your leg neutral, grabbing your strap or your scarf, whatever prop you're using today, bringing it around the outside sole of the left foot and extending that left leg towards the ceiling. So we're setting the pose up first. If you can see my shoulders, try not to lift them up off of the mat like this. So you really want to ground down through the shoulders. And you'll also feel a nice opening through your chest. So we tend to round too much through the upper body in general in our everyday life. So when you come to your yoga practice, you want to try and do the opposite. We want to open and expand. We want to find freedom through the body. Inhale, and as you exhale, use the strength of your arms to deepen the stretch. If you'd like, you can press the left heel towards the ceiling as you pull the left toes down towards the left kneecap. If you want to move a little bit deeper, go ahead and straighten your left knee as much as you can. If this is too much for you, maybe take a baby bend in your left knee or ease off of the strap a little bit. Last breath here. We're going to hold the strap in the right hand, left hand to our side. You're going to take the left leg across the body. Hold here and breathe into your left outer hip glute thigh. So once again, you can keep the foot nice and relaxed here, a little bit more restorative way to practice, or you can activate that foot and press the heel up towards the ceiling. You'll find it changes the stretch. If you don't like it, you can always let the foot just relax or release, and you can play around between that flexion and the release. One more breath here. And then we'll slowly bring that left leg back through center, preparing for our half happy baby. So you'll bend the left knee. You'll grab the outside sole of the foot with your left hand, placing your strap towards the side, softening through your shoulders. Inhale through the nose. And as you exhale, use the strength of your left arm. Draw your left knee towards your armpit, your left toes towards your ears, and breathe into this stretch. So this is really great for opening up the hips as well as releasing the lower back. Take another full inhale. So fill the lungs up. Remember, even thinking about on your inhalation, breathing into your lower back. And when you're ready, very slowly place the left ankle just behind the right knee and press your left knee forward to the front of the room. So we're really opening up the hips here. Flex the left foot. You can choose to hold this, or let's take that figure four stretch, lifting the right foot off the floor, interlacing the hands behind the right hamstring. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, draw your right thigh to your chest. Left elbow presses into the left inner thigh. If you're able to, keep the shoulders soft. Flex both feet, especially that left foot. If you look at your ankle there, make sure you have no little creases or wrinkles. So flex that foot. Inhale. Hold here, level 2 or 3 option. Wrap your forearms around your shin and extend your right leg long. You can lift the head and shoulders off of the mat, soften through the shoulders, belly's pressing down, firmly extending through your right foot. Inhale through the nose, and as you exhale, use the strength of your arms to draw your left shin down towards your chest. Inhale. And exhale, release, hug both thighs in towards the chest. Great job. With one rock, go ahead and rock yourself all the way up into seated, slowly making your way onto all fours, hands and knees. Wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. We'll take a couple cat-cows here. Nice and slow. Inhale, full extension. Feel the stretch through your belly. As you exhale, tuck the tailbone, round and hollow the back. Big, huge cat stretch. Feel the shoulder blades moving away from one another. Inhale. Heart pulls forward. Shoulders move back and down. Exhale. Tuck tailbone, round and hollow the back. Let's add in a downward facing dog. So we're going to inhale. Heart pulls forward. Tuck the toes. Shift the hips back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, very gently come forward, lower the knees. Draw your heart forward. Exhale, tuck tailbone, round and hollow the back. Inhale, cow pose, heart pulls forward. On the exhalation, tuck the toes under, shift back, downward facing dog. Let's hold it here. Melt your chest back towards your thighs. Inhale, lift your heels high to the sky, come to your tippy toes. Exhale, press your heels down in towards the earth. Doesn't matter if they come down or not. Inhale, lifting the heels high towards the ceiling. Exhale, pressing them down towards the earth. Now lift and hold your heels up high. On your exhale, you're going to turn your heels to the right, toes to the left. You're going to try and keep your shoulders squared and you're pushing the floor away. Beautiful stretch through the left side body. Inhale, slowly come back to center, lift the heels. Exhale, heels turn to the left, toes to the right. Push the floor away, especially press into your right palm. Inhale, lift the heels up towards the ceiling. Exhale, press the heels down in towards the mat. All right, from here, bring the big toes together at the center of the mat. Inhale, right leg reaches up towards the ceiling. One inhale, lift the left heel high, press the left heel down, lift the right leg higher, and see if you can find the stretch in your left hamstring. When you're ready, very slowly bring your right foot to the outside of your right hand. Drop your hips super low, look forward, open your heart and chest. Very slowly, you can use your blocks or props here if you need to. Step your left foot. You can step it forward or one big step coming into a squat at the front of your mat. Press your elbows into your inner thighs. Lift your chest here. Inhale through the nose. As you exhale, plant your hands. Step your right leg back. Hold here for a moment. Drop your hips. Lift the toes in the left foot. Look forward. And then exhale, step back to plank pose, top of a push-up. Look forward, shoulders back and down. Belly's pulling up towards the ceiling. Inhale. Let's exhale, shift back to down dog. 2 more times. Inhale, slowly roll yourself forward. Pause as the shoulders shift towards the hips, hips towards the heels. Inhale, with your belly, lead yourself back to your downward facing dog. 1 more time. Inhale, roll yourself forward. Find the pose here. Shoulders back. Look forward. Don't drop your neck. Let's hold this. Option, hold plank or one chaturanga. Lower down halfway. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, pull with the belly, downward facing dog. Draw your big toes together at the center of your mat. Lift your left leg high towards the ceiling. 1 breath, inhale, lift the right heel high. As you press the right heel down, lift the left leg higher. See if you can find that stretch in your right hamstring. And when you're ready, you're going to step that left foot to the outside of the left hand. Drop your hips really low towards the earth. Soften through your shoulders. You can use blocks or props under your hands if you need them here. Once again, you're either going to walk your right foot in or one big step. Drop your hips down towards the floor, opening up your heart here. Soften your shoulders and breathe. Press your elbows into your inner thighs. 1 full breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Release your hands to the floor. Heel toe your feet so they're parallel to one another like a number 11. And then grab opposite elbows here. Hang loose. Let the head release. And make the legs a little bit stronger. So lift the toes. Push the floor away from you with your feet. And then let your upper body drape forward. You can sway the upper body left to right, side to side, whatever feels good to you here. Draw your shoulders back towards your hips. Pull your lower belly in and up. And when you're ready, you're going to interlace your hands behind your lower back. Use your strap, towel, or prop here if you need it. And then imagine you're squeezing a little tennis ball in between your shoulder blades. You're going to bend into your right knee and fold a little bit deeper in towards your left leg. When you're ready, you're going to slowly lower the left shoulder down towards the midline. You're going to look up and over your right shoulder. Continue to deepen that bend in the right knee. Fold in a little bit deeper. Full breath, inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Bending left knee. Breathe into the back of the right hamstring. Fold in a little bit more. Inhale through the nose. When you're ready, exhale. Right shoulder towards the center of your mat. Look up and over your left shoulder, releasing out the right hamstring. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, straighten both legs. Release the hands. Let's sit right into chair pose. Just like it sounds. Now you want to look down towards your feet. If you can't see your toes, you want to try and sit back a little bit further. Arms can reach forward today. Plug your shoulders back. Sit down just a little bit more. Challenge yourself a little bit. Full inhalation. On your exhale, push down through the soles of the feet. Inhale to rise. Exhale, reach around, interlace the hands behind the lower back. Open your chest. Now here I want you to take just a slight tuck in the tailbone so you're not overarching in your lower back. And then you can gaze forward, or if you have your practice, start to take a little bit of a back bend, heart opening. On your next inhale, slowly bend the knees. Fold forward, keeping the hands interlaced and reaching them up and overhead. Release the hands down towards the floor. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands, step the left leg, and then the right leg back. Hold here, plank top of a push-up. Spread your fingertips, push the floor away. Option 1, stay here, plank, top of a push-up. Option 2, Chaturanga Dandasana. This is a pose, four-limb staff pose. Inhale, back into high plank. Exhale, Chaturanga. From here, we're going to lower all the way to the belly. Untuck your toes. Hands under the shoulders. I want you to scrunch your shoulders all the way to your ears and then pull your shoulders back towards your hips. Inhale, you're lifting from the upper middle back, so you're not lifting from the head or neck. The head and neck are just following along here. Exhale, slowly lower down. We're going to inhale, lift back up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale. Now we're going to lift. We're going to hold this. We're going to take Sphinx Pose. So you're going to extend your forearms forward. Your elbows are going to come right underneath your shoulders. Palms are flat down towards the floor. So setting ourselves up first, I want you to pull your navel deep in towards your spine. Spread your fingertips. Now, if you can see me, this is not what you want to do. I'm completely relaxed. So you're pushing down into the forearm. See how I'm lifting, 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 lifting? It's a lot of action here. And then soften those shoulders back. Head, neck completely relaxed. So we're going to hold this. There's a lot of effort going on here. So you're really pushing the floor away with your forearms. Try to soften your buttocks if you're tightening it. So just let the legs relax. The more you relax, the lower back, the buttocks, the legs will start to open and the pinky toe will come down towards the mat. So we're holding this. You're pushing the floor away and then start to draw your elbows towards your hips. Like you're going to magnetize those 2 points. So this is great for your lower back. Inhale here. Just breathe and hold. We're going to hold this about 5 to 7 breaths. So again, pushing floor away with the forearms. On the exhalation, the elbows are pulling back towards the hips. The navel is so important here to keep your abdominals engaged so you're not sinking into your lower back. Option level 2, 3, you can slowly start to push into your palms. Lift the elbows up off the mat. It's a little bit harder. Harder does not mean better. Let's take 2 more full breaths wherever you are and really make them count. So as you inhale, pushing down. Exhale, elbows pulling back in, extending through the spine. This is like we're flossing our spine here. Very slowly, you're going to take your right palm and you're going to take it underneath your left arm, palm facing up like you're doing a shoulder stretch. And you're going to start to lower your right ear to the mat. Lowering your right ear to the mat. From here, you're going to start to lift your left knee up as high as it can go. Maybe up. It's going to meet your right elbow. And then we're going to push. You're going to bend your left elbow. And we're going to roll the chest towards the ceiling, extending the left hand back behind you, opening the chest. Breathe here and surrender. Maybe close your eyes. And notice how your body responds as we move in and out of a pose. See how you can tweak this pose to make it feel a little bit better for you. If you need to, you may want to place a block underneath your left knee here or a rolled up towel just to lift the floor up to you. Continue to find some softness through the shoulders, but try and extend through the fingertips. Even spreading all 10 fingertips nice and wide. Huge inhale. On your exhale, imagine your left shoulder is being pulled down towards the floor, even if it doesn't come anywhere close. So more of a feeling than an action, just to further open the chest. The navel still pulling in towards the spine, protecting the lower back. Very slowly, we're going to come out of this like we came in. So you're going to lift your left arm up and over. And you're going to press down into your left palm. Your left knee will slide out. You'll return your left leg back behind you. And you'll slowly draw the right arm from underneath. Take a moment if you need to here, and we'll switch sides. So you're going to take your left hand and you're going to draw it underneath your right arm. Like we go into our shoulder stretch. The left palm will be facing up towards the ceiling. You can really try and wiggle it underneath here. Placing the left side of your head down towards the floor. If you're struggling here, you can always place a towel underneath your head. When you're ready, slowly start to lift. Bend the right knee up, bending the right knee. You can take a moment here. Maybe press your hips down towards the floor. And then we're going to take the right hand, reach it up towards the ceiling, and open it up back behind you towards your left side. I encourage you to close your eyes here, soften through your shoulders, surrender, and breathe. The more you breathe, the easier the pose gets. The more you breathe, your body will respond in the pose by letting go, releasing, softening, strengthening. When you hold your breath is when your body goes into that panic mode, right? So the muscles start to tighten, contract, tighten. You're doing the opposite of what you want to do. So breathe into your body, breathe into your muscles, into your cartilage, into your ligaments. Even talk to your body and say, let's go. On your next inhalation, slowly start to reach the right arm up towards the ceiling, bringing it back down towards the floor. Bring the right knee up, and then slowly prop yourself back up onto your forearms. Bring the right leg behind you, and let's meet in a downward facing dog. So when you're ready, bring the hands under the shoulders, tuck the toes under, shift back, downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward, bend the knees, step, walk, or float your feet forward. Inhale, monkey pose. Exhale, fold forward. Bend the knees, sink down, chair pose. Inhale, reach arms all the way up. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart center. Inhale, one breath to lengthen. Exhale, hook your right elbow to the outside of your left thigh. Inhale, lengthen the spine. And on your exhale, you're rotating your left rib cage towards your right inner thigh. Try and lift your toes here. Soften through your shoulders. Option, open the arms, kiss the shoulder blades. Bring the palms back together. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees, sink down, chair pose. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. One breath, inhale to prepare. Pull the navel into the spine. Exhale, hook right elbow outside of left thigh. Lengthen as you inhale. Extend from the right hip through the right shoulder. And then deepen that twist to the left. Option, open your arms, kiss shoulder blades, draw palms together, exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up towards the ceiling. Exhale, right into our forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, monkey. On your exhale, step your right leg back, low lunge. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up towards the ceiling. Let's take goal pose for today. Opening your heart and chest. Spread the fingertips. Inhale, reach arms back up. Exhale, half splits. Inhale, shifting the hips back. Look forward. Imagine you're going to take your chin towards the front of your mat. Fold forward, surrender, and release. 5 breaths here. If you want to deepen the stretch, walk your hands forward to the front of the mat. You can even start to lift your torso and start to square your torso, or even take it a little bit more towards the left, and you should find a deeper stretch in your hamstring. Slowly begin to bend the left knee. Step back to plank pose. Option, one-legged chaturanga. Remember, if you need to modify, please move into downward facing dog, or take your vinyasa. We'll meet in down dog. Inhale, right leg reaches up towards the ceiling. Exhale, right knee, right elbow. Inhale, one-legged down dog. Exhale, right knee, right elbow. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Hug it in. Hold it here. Push floor away. See if you can lift your knee towards your shoulder. Inhale. One-legged down dog. Exhale. Slowly bring that right foot forward. Low lunge. Gently lower left knee to the mat. Inhale. Reach arms up, soften through the shoulders, soften the muscles in your face like you're pulling down on a bar here. Open your chest, kiss the shoulder blades together. Tilt your elbows forward, fan out your 10 fingertips. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, half splits. Framing your right foot, shift the hips back. Inhale, one breath, lengthen the spine. On your exhale, imagine your chin's going to go to the front of the mat, so we're getting more length. And then when you can't go anymore, release your head and neck. 5 breaths here. You can walk your hands forward. You can leave your hands where they are. You can use blocks. You can use any kind of props that you need to lift the arms up to you. If you need more, you can lift your torso and start to square your navel towards the outer edge of your right foot. And that little movement should deepen the stretch in your right hamstring. Slowly begin to bend into the right knee and step the left foot forward into a forward fold. Inhale, push down to the soles of the feet. Reach the arms all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Left side, inhale, lift the toes, push floor away. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, monkey pose. This time, exhale, step it back to a high lunge and hold your high lunge. Plant your left palm down, inhale, right arm up towards the ceiling. Exhale, right hand plants, step back plank, one-legged chaturanga for more advanced yogis. You can always shift back to down dog and we'll meet there. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Left side, inhale, left leg reaches towards the ceiling. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Inhale, one-legged down dog. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Don't sink into your shoulders. You can always omit this by holding down dog or coming into a child's pose. Hold here, breathe. Push the floor away. Try and challenge yourself. Can you lift your left knee to your tricep or shoulder? Inhale, one-legged down dog. Exhale, slowly bring that left foot forward. Hold your hands down towards the floor. Inhale, left arm up towards the ceiling. Exhale, lower your left hand down. Right foot steps forward into a forward fold. Bend your knees, sink it down, chair pose. Inhale, arms all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step or float back to plank position. Hold your plank. Hold here, push the floor away, or option to do some oblique work. Now you can always rest in child's pose or down dog if you need to. We're going to roll the right hip to the outside of the mat. We're going to inhale, come through center. Exhale, roll the left hip to the outside of the left mat. Inhale, come through center. So your toes are turning to the left here, heels to the right, and vice versa. Keep going. Inhaling and exhaling. So remember, we're not counting sets here. We want quality of movement. Doesn't matter how low that hip comes down. One more set. You just want to feel it here in your oblique muscles. Hold here, inhale. Let's exhale. Puppy dog pose, Anahanasana. Lower the knees down to the mat. Melt your chest down, your chin, your chest, your forehead may touch the mat. Hold and breathe here. It's a great shoulder stretch, great chest opener. From here, we're going to slowly shift into our Sphinx pose again. So you're already kind of set up. Press into your palms, lower your forearms. Actually, let's go into a forearm plank before we take our Sphinx. So you're going to lift your knees up, tuck your toes. Now you can make two fists with your hands or keep your palms down onto the mat. Push the floor away, draw the shoulders back, press through your heels, pull your belly in, and then very slowly lower to the belly. Untucking the toes, find your Sphinx pose again. So Sphinx Cobra, if you have any kind of lower back problems, any kind of sciatic issues, this is a great pose to practice. So I'm doing a little bit of a modification here, just lifting and lowering. Very therapeutic for the lower back. So remember, it's equally as important to stretch as it is to strengthen. One more here. If you're in Sphinx, hold, or if you're taking a baby cobra like I'm doing here, hold your baby cobra. Lift the upper back and the shoulders a little bit higher, keeping the jaw relaxed. From here, slide your hands under the shoulders. Let's shift back to a child's pose. Take a moment here if you need it. Relax the forehead on the mat. Let's try and keep this active by not letting the elbows touch the mat. Child's pose is another great way to release the lower back, or it's a great modification if you need it at any time during the practice. Slowly inhale, come up onto all fours, tuck your toes, shift back, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg reaches towards the ceiling. Slowly draw your thigh to your chest, your knee to your nose, and then bring that right foot in between the hands. Come all the way up into high lunge. Don't grip the mat with your right toes. Drop your hips as low as you can. Inhale. We're going to take standing splits. So you're going to reach forward. Now you can use blocks here. You can grab a chair if you need to. Put your hands on a chair and try and lift that left leg as high to the ceiling as you can. Let go of your head. And we're going to slowly lower that left leg to pyramid pose. So the stance here is about 2 to 3 feet apart. I always tell people in my classes, if you own your mat, maybe take a Sharpie, draw a straight line down. Imagine there's a straight line going right down the center of your mat. If you read a yoga book, it's going to tell you heel to heel alignment, like both of your heels should be on that center line. Most of us that have really tight hips, that doesn't work. So a little space to the left and a little space to the right usually feels better in most of our bodies. But I encourage you to just play around with it and find what works best for you. Let's take one breath. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold forward. Stay here, hold, breathe, or you can sway your hips from left to right a little bit, loosening up the hips. Maybe you'll find a deeper stretch in the right outer hip glute thigh. Preparing for revolved triangle pose. If you have a block and you want to use it, now's a great time to use it. Push down into the soles of your feet. Lift up halfway, like you're doing a monkey pose. Now the twist is coming from the thoracic spine, upper middle back, not the lower back. So imagine you have a hot cup of tea here and you don't want to spill it. So you're rotating your right rib cage to the right. You can push down into the block if you're using one, and then option to lift the right arm to the ceiling. Breathe here, softening through your shoulders. Inhale. Now, this is where the fun comes in. We're going to cross our legs like the letter X. Some of you will be to the outside soles of your feet. Some of you, your feet will come down, really whatever works for you here. You're going to bring your hands to the floor, and you're going to squeeze your inner thighs together. Let your head release down towards the floor. Feel this energy. So you're slightly pushing the floor away, squeezing inner thighs, belly's pulling in. And then you're going to slowly unwrap yourself and find a wide-legged forward fold towards your left side. Bring your heels so they're in line with one another. Feet are parallel or slightly pigeon-toed. Let's bring the fingertips directly in line with the toes. If that's not a possibility for you, try and bring something to lift or elevate the hands up. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. For a deeper hamstring stretch here, you're going to take your hands and you're going to walk them underneath you. Now be careful as this gets really intense. So work at your own pace, safety first. Lift all 10 toes. So notice here the tendency is either to push through the outer soles of the feet, bringing too much compression to the outer shins, or some of us tend to collapse more through the inner soles of the feet, too much weight to the inner shins. So you want to equally distribute your weight through the inner and outer sole of the foot. If your head is brushing the floor and you have tripod handstand in your practice, go ahead and practice it here. Otherwise, we'll slowly inhale, lift up. You're going to push the floor away, bring the hands to the hips. Inhale, rising up into standing. Turn your right toes to the front of the room, preparing for a reverse triangle. Reach your hands out from your shoulders. Baby bend the right knee so you're not locking your knee out. We're going to flip the right palm up. Inhale, exhale, reverse it. Feel this beautiful opening through your right side body. Try and keep that opening that we've just created and slowly find your way into triangle pose, Trikonasana. Now imagine here you're at the back of a wall, or you could even take yourself to the back of a wall. Both sit bones, both shoulder blades are at the back of your wall. Push the floor away with your feet and imagine you're squeezing your inner thighs together. Stay here. Option, reach left hand up and overhead, and then really roll your rib cage, your left rib cage open. Inhale. On your exhale, look down towards your right foot. Release both hands to the floor. Let's lift the left leg up like you're going to do a standing splits again. And exhale, forward fold. Bring the feet about hip distance apart. So even if you took your palms here and made two fists, they're 2 fist distance apart. Level 1, grab opposite elbows. Level 2, entire hand underfoot. So your toes are into the crease of your wrist. You're pushing down into your palms like you're going to pull your hands from underneath you, but you can't. Option 3, if you have in your practice, from the back of your knees, grab opposite elbows. Level 4, bring your hands from in between your thighs to your shins, and then push your knees into your forearms and fold forward. You'll find a really nice stretch here in your thoracic spine, upper middle back. This is also releasing the lower back and the hamstrings as well. Let's stay here, breathe about 5 breaths. Let your head release out. Let your upper body just drape over the front of the legs like a waterfall. Legs are strong like a mountain. So if you can, continue to lift your toes a little bit. Bring some energy back into your feet. Every pose has a foundation here. It's our feet. Slowly, slowly release. Inhale, root to rise. Push down through the soles of the feet. Inhale. Let's exhale, gentle back bend if you have it in your practice. So you can either take a standing camel, pressing 2 fists into your lower back, looking up towards the ceiling. If you don't, just lift your heart up like you've got helium in your lungs, and you're just getting this lifting action, this opening through your chest, chin parallel to the floor. For those of you that can go a little bit deeper, opening up the heart. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Release your hands to the floor. Inhale, halfway lift, monkey pose. Exhale, bend the knees, step or float the legs back, plank position. Either go to down dog or slowly move through a vinyasa. So upward facing dog is more strengthening. Cobra is more of a lengthening or a stretch for your spine. So one is not better than the other. It's just what you're looking to achieve. Inhale, left leg extends up towards the ceiling. Exhale, left thigh to the chest, knee to the nose. Slowly from your core, step that left foot forward. Inhale, arms reach up. Take a moment, soften your shoulders. Right? So make this pose work. Pull your lower belly in. And then from here, see if you can draw your lower ribs towards your hips, engaging your core. Full breath inhale. As you exhale, reach forward. We're moving into our standing splits. Lift your right leg up towards the ceiling. Draw the shoulders back up and away from the ears. And on your exhalation, we're going to lower that right foot for pyramid pose. So once again, imagine you have a straight line going down your mat. Inhale, lift the head. Exhale, fold and surrender. About 5 breaths here. Stay or play if you want. Sway your hips from left to right if it feels good. So some days it's nice to be playful in our practice, to explore the body, to have a little bit more fun. Some days we want to be more serious, right? We want to hold, we want to feel, we want to deepen. Maybe we want more reflection. Sending your breath into that left hamstring. See if you can wash it out. When you're ready, plant your right palm down. If you have a block or a prop, I encourage you to use it here. Lift up halfway. pull your lower belly into your back. Stabilize your lower back sacrum. You're not moving it. And then twist from your upper middle back or your shoulders. And then reach your left arm up. It's okay if your hips kind of turn to the left. You won't get as much of a stretch in your hamstring. And a lot of times, the reason our back hurts, our lower back in particular is what I'm talking about here, is because we overuse it, right? Because we're easily able to twist it in different ways. So for this purpose today, try and stabilize your lower back. Soften your shoulders as you extend your arm up. Stay here, or once again, we're going to twist the legs. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Push down either into the outer soles of your feet or your feet. Pull your belly in. Let your head drape forward. Feel the energy in this pose. And then we're going to slowly walk it back around into our wide-legged forward fold. Option here, grab opposite elbows, fold forward, or shorten your stance a little bit and grab opposite outer shins or heels or ankles here and pull your arms straight. Fold your forehead in and see if you can find a nice stretch up in your upper back shoulders as well as your hamstrings and lower back. Continue to lift the toes, pushing the floor away from you. And we'll slowly bring the hands to the hips, push down through the soles of the feet, root to rise, lifting up, preparing for reverse triangle. Left toes extend forward. Inhale, exhale, left arm reaches towards the ceiling. Let your right hand move down your back. Feel this beautiful opening from your left ankle all the way through your left fingertips. Try and keep this opening as we hinge into triangle pose, Trikonasana. The tendency here is for this hip and thigh to be glued together. So as you can see here, they're glued together. See if you can tuck your tailbone under and create space here in this left hip and glute. Soften through your shoulders. Lift the toes. Push down into the floor. So as you push into the floor, you find this lifting action. Squeeze inner thighs. An option to extend the right arm up and overhead from the right heel. Continue to roll your right rib cage open. Take a full breath, inhale, and we're going to exhale, reach towards the front of the mat, lower our both hands to the floor, lift the right leg up, exhale, forward fold. Bend down into a low squat here until you have a seat down onto your mat. All right, from here, you're going to take your hands, wrap them to the backs of your knees, grab opposite elbows, and you're going to push your hamstrings into your forearms, soften through your shoulders. You should find a beautiful stretch here in your upper middle back. So you're pushing so much and pulling that if you were to let go, you would fall back, right? So to find that stretch, again, you're really pushing, but you're softening as well. Softening the shoulders. Let the head relax and release. And slowly lift the head back up onto the shoulders. Open the knees out to the sides for Supta Baddha Konasana, so we're not reclined here. If you need to, bring a little towel underneath your sit bones. You're going to grab the outside soles of the feet and imagine you're opening up your feet like you're reading a book. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold forward. Let your shoulders go back towards your hips. And slowly inhale, lifting the head back up onto the shoulders. We're going to move into Pigeon Pose. So we're going to take this right leg and we're just going to shift it towards the back of our mat. So our left leg is kind of set up already for us here. So you're going to square your hips out, bring your hands to the mat. Let's tuck the right toes for a moment, lift up the right knee, extend it to the back of the room, untuck the toe, inhale, lift your heart, and as you exhale, lengthen your spine forward. You can walk the hands out here and release your forehead to the mat. If your head does not come to your mat, please grab a pillow or roll up a towel and bring it underneath your forehead. It's really hard for your mind to let go when your head is dangling forward. So it's a lot of work for the muscles of the neck to try and hold the head up here. About 5 full breaths here. And also notice that when you breathe, that one breath is not an inhale and exhale. It doesn't just have 2 parts, there's 4 parts. So as you inhale, maybe try and inhale as slow as you can, like fill your lungs up. And then notice the pause. This is the second part at the top of the inhale. And then slowly release the exhale out. And notice how there's a pause at the bottom of the exhale. Very slowly walk the hands back in. And we're going to slowly shift to our right sit bone. And we're going to extend the legs out into a wide-legged forward fold. So again, here maybe you want to use a block or a towel to rest the head on. We're going to inhale, exhale, fold forward. Continue to walk your hands out, feeling a really nice stretch here in your hamstrings. This will also help to release the lower back. Our shoulders are soft. About 5 breaths here. So you can allow the body here, the muscles, the skin, to become completely soft as we're practicing a little bit more restorative. Or you can press down through the backs of the knees and activate this pose a little bit more, flexing the feet. You'll find, or you should find, a little deeper stretch. Let's take one more breath. Inhale, lift, lengthen, exhale. See if you can hinge a little bit more from your hips, folding forward. And we'll slowly draw the hands back in. Inhale, full breath, reach the arms up. And we're going to take it towards our right side. So you'll start to square your hips to the back end of your mat. You're going to bend your right knee. Bring your left foot onto the mat for pigeon. Tuck the left toes under. Lift up the back knee. Slide it to the back of the room. Inhale. Open your heart. Try and find this extension so you're lengthening your spine as you're folding forward over your right inner thigh. Fold and surrender. Find some softness here in the pose. Just breathe and be in this moment. Maybe challenge yourself here to see if you can get your breath just a little bit deeper here towards the end of class. Last full breath. And we'll slowly inhale, lift the head and chest, walk the hands back in. This time we're going to swing the left leg back around. And we're going to lower down through boat pose. So bring your hands to your outer thighs, lift your chest, balance on your sit bones, and extend the legs forward. We're going to come into half boat pose or canoe pose. Try and keep your toes in line with your eyes so your feet aren't down here. That's straining your back. If this is hurting your back, please come down to the mat, soften your shoulders, and then really reach through your arms. Lots of energy here, lots of strength. And we're going to hold this for 5, 4, 3, 2, slowly lower on 1. Very slow. Reach your arms up and overhead. Exhale, bring your hands to your sides. We'll take a bridge pose here. Great pose for the lower back. Walk your heels towards your fingertips, knees right over the heels. And we're going to inhale, slowly lift the hips up. And let's slowly lower them down. Let's just do that 2 more times before we hold. So option, if you are experiencing any kind of back issues, this is a great pose to practice. You could continue to lift and lower if that feels nice today. Or on this next one, lift and hold. Please don't ever turn your neck here in a bridge. You can pinch a nerve in your cervical spine, your neck. You can roll your shoulders under here, interlace your hands. See if you can lift your hips up, though, as high as you can. Instead of squeezing the buttocks, see if you can relax or soften, and then curl your tailbone under towards the backs of your knees, and breathe. One more full breath. Lift those hips up as high as you can towards the ceiling. And very slowly, see if you can curl the tailbone under, lengthen the spine, curl tailbone, lengthen spine, curl and lengthen, and slowly lower yourself down. Supta Baddha Konasana, where we began in the beginning of class. Allowing the soles of the feet to come together, knees out wide. Just stay here for a moment. Allowing the lower back to release and open. And then using your hands, hug your thighs towards your chest. Whatever feels good to you here. Rock, roll, getting a nice lower back massage or release. And we'll close with a little bit of a twist. So for today's variation, we're going to open the arms to a T. We're going to cross the right leg over the left, like we're sitting in a cross-legged position, and then you're going to allow the knees to travel towards the left side of your body. Now, if this doesn't work, just stack your legs. Stack one knee on top of the other. You have the option of taking your left hand to your right outer near thigh and pushing down on that outer thigh. Reach through your right fingertips. Other options, if you have the opening in your hamstring, you can grab your right foot and extend the leg forward. Once again, stretching the hamstring. Again, this is only for those of you that have the opening in the hamstring. Otherwise, just stay in this cross-legged twist and enjoy. And remember, just because you can doesn't mean that you have to. So yoga is really about getting out of our head and getting into our body. Sometimes where we are is where we need to be. It feels good, it's enough, but our mind is telling us to go a little bit further when our body doesn't want to. We're going to slowly inhale, use your core, bring yourself back to center. Unwrap your leg, shake it out a little bit if you need to, and then we'll cross the left leg over the right. So again, please just stack your knees if that doesn't work, and very slowly with control, we're going to allow the legs to come over to the right side of the body. Bring the right hand option to the left near outer thigh. If it feels good for your neck, look over your left fingertips. Stay, breathe, close your eyes, enjoy. Your body is always talking to you. It's telling you what it needs. So take a moment to listen here. If this feels good, stay and enjoy. If you need a little bit more, grab onto the outer edge of your left foot, extending the left leg straight, breathing into the hamstring once again. If your left leg is straight, go ahead and release the foot. Let's all come back to neutral. Release the legs, hug them into the chest one last time. Maybe extend the legs to the ceiling, shake it out a little bit, get some blood flow back into the legs, and then very slowly extend your body long for Shavasana, final relaxation pose. Bring your hands down to your sides. If you have the lights on, I would encourage you to turn your lights off or place a little washcloth over your eyes to just block out the light so you can completely relax. And take about 5 final breaths here, not with much effort. And with each exhalation, feel yourself sinking deeper and heavier into the mat. Allowing yourself to absorb the effects of your practice. This fresh flow of blood and energy through the body and the mind. Let your teeth unclench, your lips gently part. Allow your skin to soften, your muscles to relax, and let your bones grow heavy, doing absolutely nothing but allowing yourself to be supported by the ground beneath you. I encourage you to stay here minimum of 5 minutes. Namaste.